Right, hopefully I'm live. Right, Master Flum and Trooper and Big Mac. And you say an A10. Well, thankfully I've got the flamethrower in this game now. That I wanted since yesterday, so the last part of yesterday's stream was just finding this and getting it. I think it's this way I want to go. I shouldn't have been.
This ain't good. Whoa. It's over.
So does those doors link up and what? Just literally dead ends. Not sure. Flamme ist wunderbar. Yeah. I've not got anywhere near enough points in this flamethrower as I want, but it's already quite nice. It's mein Flammenwerfer. It was Flamme. Jump down like the little dungeon under here. Because they're in liquid and they get a resist against the flamethrower, the sensor is still annoying. Right, Davey? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Frank. Oh, what's so funny about the smoke grenade being set off? Did like all the cops have to respond to it or something? Right, there's the boss. Let's see now I've got a flamethrower if it helps anything. Fuck's sake, so yeah, my unupgraded flavor is not still good against him. Right, Peyton. Well, if people set off smoke grenades during airsoft in the woods in the UK, that's not a problem. So, is that one of those weird things where in America it's massively different in the UK? I don't get it. Let's go back to that, the drowned Ben. Ben, when, whatever it is. Into the sunken pond, so yeah, let's look everywhere else. It's a brick wall essentially. Tunnel links to the earlier bit missions, and that's not what we want. Yeah, sadly no, it's just like I said before, the ad revenue isn't that good now to do it full time. Which might sound a bit weird that I've got more subscribers than I used to do. But it's just more like how their ad revenue works, and it's more anti-gun than it used to be. That makes them potent. Because I'd absolutely love to be a hermit like that, doing nothing with that, but to get the ad revenue, but sadly it doesn't work like that. But yeah, throwback, not throwback, sorry, potent, yeah. It would have been really good for me to just live in an isolated cabin somewhere, be able to do YouTube full time, and not worry about the rest of humanity. But sadly, yeah, that didn't work out because of the fact that he changed all our algorithms that a while ago. Yeah, well, that's the exact thing. That's gone up massively, and then the YouTube money's actually gone down. So it's weirdly like a two-stage thing that per view, per like revenue, whatever you want to call it, that's gone down. So I get like per 1,000 views, I get less money than I used to do. That's gone down, and yeah, the cost of living's gone up massively. So it's like the worst of both worlds, where they're like exactly opposite each other. And again, like if I wanted to make YouTube money, the best thing I could do would be make clickbait like bullshit, which again I don't really want to do because that's not my character. Wow, this is the best gas mask ever, sort of thing. But yeah, that's sort of thing that attracts views, but I don't want to do that. Well, like, if that means there's a forest fire, but yeah, otherwise I don't understand the problem with it. Because yeah, smoke grenades and pyrotechnics are cool. Like, even as country as we are in the UK, there's nothing stopping you buying fucking flashbangs here and all, you know, smoke and pyrotechnic grenades. What that fucking anchor for the corpse and let me get. Digested hog. That's very unique. What's that? Which one's the digested hog then? Not even great. Can I go this way or not? Yeah, well, to me, as long as there's not an immediate problem with something that doesn't sound too dangerous, good. Because again, if you're in America where people like shoot each other over the most minor things, I'd be more worried about that than the smoke grenade fucking causing a fire. I don't want to sound horrible about that, it's just what, you know, sounds realistic to me, but... Smoke grenade? Right, Rajiv. We've had interesting discussions so far, like legality of smoke grenades burning down everything. So, should we talk about a more extreme subject? I'm a bit more informed about it. That'd be good. So where have I not been? I've not been down there apparently. Like that underbelly sort of bit. So let's do that.
They come.
I'm using the same settings as before, Rajiv. I've got a water bottle in the way. Right, let's see if this improves it. Let me get my mic and make it more directed at my face. Is that a bit better? Because I put a water bottle I bought today on like my desk that was probably blocking my face. So is that any better? Right, good, thank you. Well, at least thanks for letting me know, yeah. So it's just because I put a water bottle that was blocking my face in front of my mic. So I've just put that on the floor in front of my face. It's alright. Right, let's see what's down here. Oh, well, yeah, my desk is worse than lots of areas in my house, as in I put stuff, you know, I think I need for, like, the sort of short term. It goes right in front of the computer monitor. Yeah, the long-term things on my desk is my mum, I bought it for her for Christmas, but she's not really done anything with it yet, so I've got it on my desk, so I've actually played some of it. The Thunderbirds Blu-ray box set, as in, you know, the old Jerry Anderson puppet show. If you've not seen that, fucking amazing. I love Captain Scarlet and Thunderbirds and all those. I've got some blank cartridges just randomly sitting on my desk. My inhaler, but that's sort of sensible. There's a Geiger counter in just in one bit. What's your favourite episode, if you're familiar with it then, Rajiv? I'm trying to think with mine what my favourite episode is. Probably the, is it Allington Bridge? I can't remember what the name of it is, like Day of Terror or something like that. Day of Disaster. Bit of one where they're trying to, like, the Americans are trying to move a space rocket over the bridge and then it collapses. She's not gonna make it, she's not gonna make it. But yeah, Thunderbird is great. Like I said, I'm more of a Captain Scarlet fan myself. The fucking funny thing with Captain Scarlet is just how many like terrorist things they predicted in real life. Oh yeah, yeah. The puppetry is amazing. Like I said, like if you've for our foreign viewers, if you've never seen Thunderbirds and you know about Team America, that's what it's based on. Team America is like a piss take of all the Jerry Anderson puppet shows. So is there somewhere up here I've not actually been yet? Let's have a look. Still looks like there's somewhere to the west I've not been. Reggie upstairs still playing Dreamcast. He's got a light gun or something, and the comments are being hidden by the annoying little YouTube. Give a heart comment. House of the Dead 2. Well, I've definitely played House of the Dead 2. Suffer like G did. Or whatever it is. When you've got like the random Colosseum boss with a chainsaw.
This is it.
You in the House of the Dead 2. And like Emperor's the last boss. Yeah, that's a great game, House of the Dead 2. Like Magician's the penultimate boss, isn't he, in House of the Dead 2? He just comes back. I've not played any of them, Rajiv, except for House of the Dead 1, 2 and 3. And I've barely played 3, but 1 and 2 I absolutely love to death. Like, House of the Dead 1's the one in the mansion, isn't it? A bit like Resident Evil. Where there's zombies everywhere and like stuff happening in a mansion. And then House of the Dead 2's the one in the city. Where there's Hydrophont or whatever one of the bosses that's like some sort of aqua boss or whatever. But House of the Dead has amazing voice acting. Oh no! Goldman, no! Curian, no! I've got a House of the Dead remake, which is actually really good. I just never streamed it because it's one of those things where I could never retract the comments and constantly hitting the light gun targets. Oh, good again. Yeah, I don't legally have a copy of House of the Dead 2 saying that on Dreamcast, but I've got a CD-ROM of it that I just printed from my PC, and I played it with my friend with 2 controllers. What was that about, a Civil War film? So I can't see any comment that talks about a Civil War film, but assuming that's American Civil War. But yeah, before I go off, I'd love to talk about American Civil War films. Glory. Oh, that sounds really familiar. Which one's that? But yeah, the director's cut of Gettysburg is very good, even if it's like 5 hours long. Because with American Civil War films, I like the films that don't demonise either side. Where you watch it, you want to believe what either side, believed in, and then it's just, a horrible brother versus brother war. And the director's cut of Gettysburg is very good about that, and I know that's a reason lots of cunts hated Gettysburg, because it's like, oh, they made the South seem like normal people, because they were. They weren't like evil racists that just wanted to put all the blacks in cotton fields. If you know much about the thing, it was about states' rights and, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of good American Civil War movies. There's probably a Johnny Lee song that's completely cancelled now called God Bless Robert E. Lee. And there's a line in that where he says something about, well, the whole thing will be cancelled. It's about Robert E. Lee being alright, but it's about where he said a bloody brother war, nobody won, sort of thing. But that's the entire thing. It was a pointless war. Because if the North had, ended slavery with money to the South, there wouldn't have been a horrible, horrible war that, killed half of America at the time. But yeah, Gettysburg, Gods and Generals are very good. I'm trying to think of the ones I've got on DVD and Blu-ray I'd recommend. But those two are very, very standout. Gettysburg, they're the same director. Gettysburg, Gods and Generals. There's Dancing with Wolves as well, isn't there? That's a lot of that's based in the American Civil War. Yeah, basically, Rajiv, the American Civil War, it's awful. But because it's essentially, because there's a joke about Apu in The Simpsons, where because the North wanted to end slavery, rather than doing it in a sensible way where they paid off the slave owners, and did everything like that, they just basically started a war. And Apu in The Simpsons says something like, oh, it is about the, the rights of the Southerners and everything else, and it's like, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, that's the exact thing, because it's literally, as much as the joke is the American Civil War is about slavery, because it kind of was, the roots are a lot deeper than that. It was just about the North, shitting on all the states' rights of the South. Whereas if they basically said, here's a load of money to free your slaves to the slave owners, buy their freedom like we did in Britain, there wouldn't have been a war. That's what they did. Right, Rich? I'm just going off in a minute. But, have you seen Gods and Generals, Rich, or Gettysburg? But yeah, I can't believe the fact they gave Gettysburg bad press because of the fact the South looked like human beings. Because that's the entire point of the film, is that basically both sides, died believing in what they fought like Northerners were fighting and dying for the fact they believe, we're saving the blacks from them, and then, the South were basically, North is shitting all over our rights. What's that, Rotten Tomatoes? Yeah, I know it's one of those films that, like, the critics hate, though. But yeah, you should, if you can find the director's cut, which is like nearly 5 hours long, watch the director's cut. Just because it gives a bit more humanisation behind the scenes to, like, both sides, where people are talking to their men and everything. But Gettysburg is one of those films where, like, every time I fucking watch it, I'm still cheering on the Southern troopers when they're going to attack the thing, and they all die because obviously, if you know the history of the American Civil War, they lost Gettysburg, Pickett's line or whatever, or up Pickett's charge. Where I was like, "You're going to do it, you're going to do it," and every time I'm like, "Oh no." But again, it's because they humanise all the characters. So look, Gettysburg, Revenant approach to history is a balance to the front of a talented cast. Hard-hitting dramatisation of a bloody turning point. Yeah, like I said, it's very good if you just want to see the human side of it, where these people on both sides are suspended in a meat grinder over a war that could be completely avoided if, because this is the thing, I keep saying that if the Americans did what we did in Britain, and I know people keep going, "Oh, why did we pay off the slave owners?" Because it doesn't start as much conflict. Pay off the slave owners, let the slaves free, give them some compensation. Don't basically say these people are immediately free where there's a financial stake in it. I've never actually seen American History X. I know it's got Edward Norton in it, like you're saying, he's like neo-Nazi, whatever he is. I know the famous curb stomp scene from it, but I don't think I've actually ever seen it. Yeah, right, I definitely will watch it if you're recommending it. Anyway, I'll be off in a minute. But yeah, Gettysburg is good, Gods and Generals is great. Particular reason I like Gods and Generals, that's one of my favourite generals in history, and it's Stonewall Jackson, the Confederate general, in it. He was a very weird bloke, but he was a very good general. One that's not about the American Civil War, but it's good fun, is Ravenous. It's got Robert Carlyle in Ravenous. I'm trying to think who else is in it. That's the one about the weird, like, cannibal sort of infectious disease in like the Northwestern Territories or wherever it's set. No, look, like, The Patriot isn't accurate, but I like The Patriot as a film. So, The Patriot is set during the American War of Independence against, us, the British. And it's absolute a shit film if you want to watch a realistic thing about their War of Independence, for historical. But it is really good as a film. So it's kind of one of those weird ones where actually, You know, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's completely great or it's complete garbage. I actually think it's good it's amazing as a film. And I absolutely love the bit in it where the Redcoats wipe out the Americans during the Battle of Camden or whatever it is. But yeah, it's an awful history of the American Civil War. Not Civil War, sorry, American War of Independence. Yeah, it's basically, yeah, 'cause they both got Mel Gibson in. It's like Braveheart, it's like American Braveheart, basically, where it's, it shits on the historical facts, but they've got, you know, the British are super evil and they're like really good super evil villains, and you've got the, Americans, you know, being plucky, you know, and there's a little bit where they're like, oh, the French are helping us, despite the fact the French helped the American Revolution massively. But yeah, the Patriot, I really like the Patriot, and John Williams' soundtrack is really good to it. But like I said, don't watch it in terms of historical accuracy, it's just really good for, you know, a good film. But yeah, I really like in the Patriot, the British Grenadiers bit with the make ready, present fire, but they wipe everybody out at Camden or whatever it is. Because again, there's like history artists that do 1 hour videos on why that seems inaccurate. But yeah, it's good at setting up the British as villains in the film. Yeah, Heath Ledger's in it, and Heath Ledger dies in it, I think, if I remember right. Spoilers. Because if I remember right, Heath Ledger is like his son, then his family gets burned alive in a church when the British do an SS type thing to a fucking American village. Because that's what the British are like in that film. And then the American corporal guy that's played by Jason Isaacs is like, I'm going to spear you in the heart myself with my bayonet, kind of thing, and torture your family. But yeah, it's a great film despite all that. But yeah, Wounded Knee, I don't know much about that other than the fact, you know, the Americans killed lots of Native Americans. Because Wounded Knee and the Boxer Rebellion get brought up a lot on the same thing, a bit like in Bioshock Infinite. But again, the Boxer Rebellion is really weird because of the fact that, like, we did awful, awful things to China during that period, but the Boxer Rebellion is the war I think was quite justified against them. Yeah, oh, that's right, Rajavel. Hang on, just to read the comments and reply. But yeah, the Boxer Rebellion was the one where, like, some Chinese militias decided they were going to kill all of the Christians in China. And, you know, they decided to declare all war on, like, the Seven Nation Alliance, whatever it was. So it was literally Britain, America, France, Spain, Germany, Austria-Hungary, Russia, Japan. It was like, you know, it's like, imagine being so dumb to declare war against all these nations at once. Right, I'll stream out this Redshift so I can have a look later. So make sure you watch Drunk Mel Gibson Arrest Diorama. But yeah, a brilliant film is called 55 Days at Peking, if you've not seen it. And the theme song for that is really catchy, it'll get stuck in your head forever. And that's Charlton Heston, David Niven. It's like David Niven being the British ambassador, you know, where like the British Indian Army comes to save them, and Charlton Heston is the US Marines. And that's really good. Like, again, this, you know, it's one of those films, it's not very historically accurate, but it's brilliant in terms of, if you want a massive siege movie with all practical effects. Yeah, again, what America did to a lot of the natives is horrible. I'm not going to defend that, but yeah. But 55 Days at Peking, if you've not seen it, I definitely recommend. I think you might even be able to find the full film of 55 Days at Peking completely free on YouTube if you search at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, it's completely free to watch, if I remember right, on YouTube. And it's like one of the 35mm remastered ones they did at one of the English studios. But yeah, it's a brilliant film, like I said. If you don't want to know all the historical complete accuracies of the thing, because bear in mind, all this stuff came off the Opium War, were definitely the bad guys. You know, getting the Chinese hooked on opium so you could then basically be their drug dealers. 55 Days at Peking is brilliant in terms of you want a siege movie, you'll get a siege movie. And again, the soundtrack is gonna get stuck in your head forever. I'm just warning you now. Because I think it's called the Song of Seven Nations or the Song of 11 Nations, technically. But there's like an instrumental tune in the film that for each nation it was published in, they did a version where there was like singing for like what the troops did during the siege. And yeah, it's really, really bloody catchy. Yeah, it flopped, but it was at the end of the age of the Hollywood cinematic epics, wasn't it? But yeah, it's dun 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 dun. But yeah, I won't say much more than that. But 55 Days at Peking is absolutely excellent. Even when I showed my dad it, he absolutely loved it. But yeah, there's no CGI in a film like that. It's all like extras and actual like smoke effects and cannon shots and all that. And they even blow up some fake. Well, that's the whole thing, and I'm thinking like the Peking city and that, like Beijing. That was all like built just to be blown up for the film somewhere in Spain. Yeah, well, that's the entire thing with my dad. When I was watching it with my dad, he said, well, these effects are really good. I was like, yeah, because they're actually real. But yeah, I'll be off in a second, but yeah. I would definitely recommend to anybody that's not seen it, 55 Days at Peking, because that's very, very good. Anything else to bring up before I go off? Just trying to think. Right, everybody, have a good evening. Like I said, I can't think of much to talk about, even if half of this Remnant 2 stream's been talking about Hollywood Golden Era classics. But yeah. A 1990s film, just to recommend to people that have never seen it, because I know a lot of Zoomers haven't if they watch my channel, is Jumanji, just because I love Van Pelt a bit. So if you've not seen Jumanji, watch that. I'm on about the proper Robin Williams version, not whatever else is called Jumanji they've released. in the last couple of years, but I'm on about the original 1990s one with "Oh, not good enough, Sonny Jim." Oh, that's cool, Roger. Sadly, yeah, I only saw it on TV, and now I've got obviously the digital copies and like a Blu-ray of it. But yeah, I was too young to see that in the cinemas. But like I said, my character in Red Dead Redemption Online is Van Pelt, because you know, the Great White Hunter. Turtles is all like Ninja Turtles or something else. Good lad, good lad. Not good enough, Sonny Jim. The only Mutant Ninja Turtles film I've seen is the one in Japan. I think Liam Neeson's in it for a bit, but I have no idea what it's called, but yeah. It was probably completely awful. Yeah, not good enough, Sonny Jim. Yeah, anyway, I hope everybody has a good evening, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. I'll do a stream. Probably do it a bit earlier than today. Yeah, it's there's lots of films, Rajiv, I like that are shy but watchable. Yeah, have a good evening, everybody, and I will see you all hopefully tomorrow.